Like, this shouldn't be like some weirdo. Do not live with your girl, bro. Don't do it. Well, Myron, I want to get sex. Like, I want to be able to, like, hang out with her and watch movies. No. Well, Myron, I live with a girl. That actually makes me less gay. No, it makes you very gay.
Let's get it. Today, we're going to be reacting to a video. Fellas, is it gay to marry a woman? By August the
guys, for the last 7 years or so, it has essentially been my job to go on the internet and find stupid shit to talk about. So naturally, I've seen and I've talked about a lot of stupid shit. And it gets to a point where you really start to feel like you've just seen it all, like there's nothing really left to surprise you, nothing to catch you off guard. And right when you finally start to feel confident with that assessment, some guy gets in front of a camera and says that it's gay to marry a woman, and you gotta start all over again. Over the last 10 years, online discourse about what makes a man gay has become so unbelievably absurd that I honestly believe if you had a time machine and you went back 10 years ago today and you uploaded a skit onto YouTube of you just saying the bullshit that manosphere guys say these days about what makes you a man or what makes you gay, anybody who was unfortunate enough to come across that skit would think that you were genuinely fucking insane, that you had lost your mind. And the reason that I say that is because the other day I came across a clip from Myron Gaines. If you don't know who Myron Gaines is, basically he's like if Ben Shapiro and Andrew Tate had a baby that grew up and unfortunately discovered podcast equipment. Yeah, that's basically Myron Gaines. I came across a clip from one of his streams where he claims that living with a woman makes you gay. No, I'm not. Well, actually, I am paraphrasing. He didn't say gay. He used a different word. But the idea was that living with a woman as a man makes you a gay man. And it's just like, I think we're here, guys. This is it. This is the point of no return. We have gotten to a point where people are either just actually this fucking insane that they can say stuff like this and really believe it, or we're living in a time so crazy that people feel the need to say stuff like this, even if they don't really buy into it, just so they can stand out. Because you have to say shit like this these days to stand out. Neither reality is too good, I don't think. Now, normally, I don't really platform shit like this on the channel, but when I saw this clip, it was just so outlandish that I couldn't help myself, I'm not gonna lie. I tracked down the original stream and got some context for before and after the clip because the clip itself was only 25 seconds, and it was also maybe the worst quality I've ever seen from a clip ever. Had to watch a lot of the stream to get this for you guys, so hope you're happy. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
I'm just gonna say this because it came up a couple of days ago, right? Andrew Tate was talking about having the HQ with the boys, right? And Nick Fuentes talked about it as well. And I saw a lot of people like, oh, that's weird, that's gay, living with your friends or whatever. Yo, I've been telling you guys this shit for years. Do not live with your woman. Like, this shouldn't be like some weirdo shit. Do not live with your girl, bro. Don't do it. Well, Myron, I want to get sex. Like, I want to be able to, hang out with her and watch movies. No. I'm going to tell you why. Living with your girl is going to make you a fucking okay? It's going to make you a fucking
Alright, so I don't really have any skin in the game on such a topic. I personally do not give a single shit about who you live with, whether you want to live with your girlfriend, whether you want to live with a bunch of your friends, whether you want to live with some person you met off Craigslist. I don't really fucking care. However, just as a human with what I hope is a functioning brain, might not be after how much of this shit-ass podcast I had to watch. At one point, this guy was advocating to bring back slavery. I mean, it's really something. The idea that living with a woman, and as he just said, living with a woman with the goal of having sex with that woman frequently is somehow the behavior of a gay man, yet a grown-ass man having what he calls an HQ with the boys isn't? I mean, that's something. I don't really know what you'd call that. Maybe like mental gymnastics, maybe the result of like a lifetime of coping with your inner thoughts. I don't know, but it's definitely something. I mean, seriously, this is the kind of shit that dudes would say in the 40s when it was just too dangerous for them to come out and say that they were gay. I mean, yeah, I just like to live with a bunch of dudes and all we do is talk about each other and work out. It's just more fun that way. It makes me a better man. Women are kind of gross. Why would I want to live with one? What do you mean, why don't we ever wear clothes?
But living with her is fucking gay. Either live alone or live with other guys that are high fucking earners, go-getters, and iron sharpens iron, bro.
To be honest, bro, I don't know how we even get to this point of where these people, they saying anything, bro. You know they saying anything. You know they saying anything. He know he's saying anything. He's just trying to keep his platform. But the saddest part is he may actually believe these things. He know that he going wrong for long periods of time, just saying anything that got views, saying the most wildest, outlandish things that he don't believe, because they getting caught, him and his boy. They be basically being simps to these women, but they out there spitting this red pill nonsense to y'all, bruh. We heard this so many times. It's the friend way back in grade school saying that he lost his virginity. He been with so many women, but really he's scared to talk to girls. Man, that's all Myron Gaines is. It's just a modern day version of that, who grown up, just a man child. That's it, bro. That's it. Go ahead, bro. Keep spitting.
Iron sharpens iron.
Okay, so I'll bite just because this fucking viewpoint is so stupid. If the whole ideology here is that women are dumb and they're weak and they'll just bring you down, does that not mean that you are weak if you let that happen? Like, are you really a strong, worthwhile, valuable man if you have to live with a bunch of other dudes to not be a lazy piece of shit? Because to me, you sound like a loser. If you have to be around a bunch of other dudes who are constantly telling you what to do, maybe you should work on being good on your own. If you can't just self-motivate, if you have to be around other people constantly to get anything done, if you have to be around high earners to be a high earner, do you really have the capability to do anything on your own? Or are you just a lousy follower? Because I thought that's like the worst thing to these guys. Aren't you supposed to be like an alpha leader? I don't know. Seems like the whole ideology kind of collapses in on itself when all these strong dudes apparently cannot be strong dudes if they're around a woman for too long. Sounds like you're actually pretty fucking weak in the mind if that's the case. Doesn't really seem all that alpha or impressive to say, I can only behave like the people who are around me. If everyone around me is lazy, I mean, what other option do I have?
If you don't understand these rules, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna constantly get used and abused by women. You're gonna always get fucking, thrown to the side of the road, cheated on, or just like basically like taken advantage of. That's what's gonna happen. Girls are gonna constantly talk back to you. They're not gonna take you seriously. They're gonna disrespect you, and you're just gonna live a miserable life. And this is what your father, your uncle, your brother, none of these are gonna tell you what I'm telling you. Okay? This is decades of fucking experience. Living with your girl is not a good idea in most situations. It really isn't. Okay?
Okay, so like again, as he's saying here, he says this is from decades of experience. Is this him just admitting that he can't be around women too long, or he becomes weak? Like, I doubt he'd ever come out and just say that flat out, because I think he just wants to blame all of his issues on women, but that's what he's saying. I don't know how else you'd really take it. If he's saying this is from decades of experience, is that not him admitting that any time he has lived with a woman, he's become lazy and lost his self-respect? If that's what's happening here, I feel like that's a reflection of you rather than any sort of reflection on the woman.
Like, yo, if you gotta run shit by your girl, what are you doing? What the fuck? I don't want to do business with some nigga that's gotta ask his wife for permission. That's fucking bro. That's gay. That's stupid. Well, Myron, I live with a girl. That actually makes me less gay. No, it makes you very gay, because your girl's gonna turn you into a fucking bitch.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what bro's saying. Bro's saying he come with decades experience of every time he tried to live with a woman, it didn't work out. It worked out better when he lived with his boys. Now that, you can interpret that sound gay. Yeah, it do kind of sound gay a little bit. But I feel what Myron's saying, but I'm going to be real, big dog. It's pretty gay.
Okay? Your girl's going to 100% turn you into a bitch because women are lazy. Do you get that? Women are fucking lazy. They're not like us. They don't have a natural proclivity to fucking work.
The funniest thing on the planet to me is when a guy who does the same job as me complains about other people not wanting to work. My brother in Christ, we have...
This man said, oh, man. I see what he's saying, but it don't make you gay, right? I see what bro's saying. He trying to say that all of this make you gay. This sound like a single man, a man child. Like I said again earlier, living with a woman don't make you gay. Nah. Just like women, they sacrifice their time. They sacrifice their lives and their dreams to what? Take care of us. Take care of our kids. To do those things. To stay at home. Because that's what we want. Yep. You know what we do? We sacrifice our freedom. Because you wonder why? We continue in our legacy. And yeah, I'm playing Fortnite right now.
the easiest job on the planet. We just complain on the internet all day long. If we were born 100 years ago, we'd be the guy on the street corner just yelling shit all day, and we'd be homeless. Also, it seems like guys like this are just incapable of looking past lived experience. Like Myron, if you lived with a woman and it changed how you behaved, that's perfectly fine. I'm also not like disputing that happens. Obviously, like who you live with is going to influence you, but it influences everybody differently, and you going onto the internet and being like, it's gonna turn you gay to live with a woman because I guess you didn't like the way it made you feel when you lived with one yourself, is fucking insane. And it also just makes no sense. I feel like a man marrying a woman and deciding to live with her has got to be like a top 10 least gay thing a man can do.
Women don't have to be hard workers to get laid. Women don't have to be hard workers to get sexual access and or reproduce. You do, though.
Okay, so I'm really not trying to like get bogged down, get stuck in the weeds here on this like...
It might be the least gay thing you could do. Oh my gosh. You don't think this is gay? Constantly complaining about what women do? Myron, that's gay.
Bullshit incel discourse, but the idea that a man needs to be like a high earner, super successful guy to get laid is quite possibly the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Now, like, look, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna sit here and try to say that the average person does not want to be with somebody that's successful and like has their shit together. That doesn't mean that's what happens, though. I mean, do you think the memes on the
rich and get laid, you can have $50 and get laid. It's not hard. Not knowing how and doing what needs to be done mentally, physically to make it happen. I say that's a little hard. Once you figure it out, it's like riding a bike. Most people just don't want to do the work. They don't want to change themselves. They want what they want, and that's going to limit what you
internet
get.
About like girls who let their boyfriends borrow their cars while they go to work so they can hang out with their boys all day are just like the result of a shared hallucination. No, that's lived experience, Myron. Go to like your local Chili's and find a waiter who looks like he doesn't shower. Yeah, I promise you that guy's not alone at night. Anyways, I feel like on that note, we've probably seen enough of this for one day. It truly just baffles the mind to try and comprehend like what's going on in these guys' heads. Like if he were to just have said something like who you live with is gonna have an impact on your day-to-day, then like yeah, obviously that's just common sense. But to say that having a wife that you live with or having a girlfriend that you live with makes you a gay man is just so unbelievably comically stupid that you've got to hope that it's just like a joke or something. I don't think it is, because I think these dudes just hate women. But like even for a dude who hates women, this just seems like a step too far. Just like one step too deep into absolute lunacy. I mean, I give it like 6 months before these dudes are saying shit like having sex with a woman makes you gay. It's gonna turn you soft. What you should be doing is fucking the homies. Gonna be balls deep in your best friend at the HQ with the boys while you talk about your next crypto move. My God, I'm just giving them ideas, aren't I? I shouldn't be working for free. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Am I in the wrong here? Is it in fact gay to marry and live with a woman? Does it make you gay to want to do one of the like defining things about what generally kind of, you know, determines your sexuality, and that's who you have desires to have sexual and romantic relationships with? Because if so, I feel like a lot of people are about to receive some life-changing news. For all you guys out there who live with a woman, I'm sorry, you're actually into dudes. I don't make the rulings. I didn't make the decision. I know it's a lot to take in. I understand that it's probably gonna have some negative effects on you and your wife or you and your girlfriend's relationship, but I mean, hey, what Myron says goes. We all know this. Better that you learn now rather than later, right? See ya.
Well, there you have it, folks. Myron Gaines said marriage is gay, living with a woman is gay, live with your boys. Who knows what he's saying in 6 months. One second.